Hey, this is Matt once again. What about another video? The paid request, this time for Broad Stipe. Thank you so much for that. And for those interested in requesting pretty much any type of videos, topics, reactions, commentaries, reviews, re-reviews, what have you, feel free to send it either directly to my PayPal or join my Patreon. Both links are down below in the info box. Now this is for, like it says, Broad Stipe, and it's for a film called The Vault from 2017. Now, I never heard of this film. I've seen a film called The Vault. Wasn't this one, but it was one by I think produced or something by Gerald Bookwalter. Very, very cheap, awful movie. But I only saw the film because James Black, who's an actor I like, he was in this film called Ozone, and he's been in little bit parts in films like Soldier and other stuff. He directed that film, and the commentary was fun with him and Gerald Bookwalter because they're friends. It was a much better commentary than the movie. And that's why I was getting into, like, Gerald Bookwalter would do these commentaries for his shitty films, as he called the six-pack, because, as he puts it, you need a six-pack to get through them. But anyway, there was a film called The Vault. This is a different one. It stars Francesca Eastwood, who is Clint Eastwood's daughter, and James Franco is in it. I know James Franco's been accused of a lot of stuff. I don't know what the whole deal with that is, so I'm not knowledgeable on that. So if I say anything else, it'd be just being stupid. I just say I liked him as an actor. He doesn't have a big role in this. I would say this with the film. I'm sorry I'm pausing and being silent to get my thoughts in order. I don't think this is a 4.8 bad. Now, it has a disappointing ending, and that hurts the film for me. I think the horror elements could have been a lot better in this. But I do think there's some pretty decent stuff with this film, and it was not as bad as I thought it would be, considering, you know, the title is very simplistic, The Vault. The way it opens is actually pretty strong. I didn't mind the way the opening credits were done. We start with James Franco and this bank, and we know something's going to happen, but we don't know who or what's going to happen. And like one person going for a job interview, one person complaining because it said that their account is empty. This robbery happens, and these 5 robbers, you have 2 sisters. Francesca Eastwood, I think she's the one who's much more calm, much calmer demeanor. I actually thought she did a pretty decent job. I thought she was actually rather good in the movie. There are times where she's talking, it's sad, and this tear comes down, but it's like, wow, that's really good and felt natural. She has a little bit of her father's presence, I will say that. I don't know what other films she's done. I'd be curious to see her do more. Her sister, I wasn't sure about her first, as she kind of has this, you know, southern accent, white trash. But as it went on, I could deal with her. They're helping their brother. I didn't mind the brother character because I thought the actor did a fine enough job. And he's a guy that doesn't want to hurt anybody. He hates that he's doing this, but he's doing it because he owes a gangster money. He even has this wound that his finger was taken off. But he's trying to be nice to people. And then you have this 2 other guys. One's like this big hulking guy, and this other guy. And like the way it was paced and the way some of the interactions were wasn't too bad. Wasn't that bad looking of a film. So they're robbing it, and they only find like $70,000. And they're like, what the fuck? This ain't enough. And Francesca is like, we need to leave now. Okay, we need to leave. Because I guess the way they do the robbery is that they started a fire, so the firemen are over there as a smoke screen, literally, for them to rob this place. And the white trash is, no, And other people, no, no, we can't leave. This more money. So James Franco pipes up and says, well, there's a vault downstairs, and there's about 6 million in there. And like I said, the way the film was shot, the music I thought was pretty decent. When I said the horror was lacking, I didn't mind the first bits where one of the guys are trying to get the vault open, and he keeps looking, and in the security camera, the other terrorists don't see anything, but that guy, he sees these figures that have these bags over their head, and you come to learn that there's this robbery back in 1982 where the robber and a lot of, I don't know if the robber died. I guess he did, but the hostages had died, and this is like their ghosts, and so they kind of look like, remember that movie The Strangers with the badge on their head? But the way like the lights reflect and they appear, it's not that bad, but then they throw in some cheap jump scares which are not that effective. But okay, it's not great, but not minding it. Spoiler alert, that guy gets pulled into the vault, and when the brother character finds him, he sees the guy putting a drill to his head and drilling it, but we're to assume that the others are making him do it, it's just the brother can't see it. And then the big guy, he's in the room with the hostages, and he sees them turn into these, they kind of act like zombies, but they got these badges on their head. So that depends how you feel about that. We're like, okay. There's a part of me that would have wished it was like some monster instead of just a ghost story movie. But, oh well. But pretty much he gets a shotgun forced into his mouth. When that comes into play, and I'm like, oh shit, now the shit's gonna hit the fan, I'm looking at the running time, like, wait a minute. We're like 40, 45, 47 minutes in. This is like halfway through the film. I'm like, wait a minute. What the hell is left of this movie? And that's where it kind of downgrades a little bit, where you go into a flashback to what happened back in the day, and the bad guy's wearing this white mask, and the white mask I just didn't find creepy. I didn't find it that sinister. I'm like, I don't know about the design of this mask, and indifferent. Like I said, the horrors just felt a bit lacking. Like it was a stronger bank heist movie than a horror film, in my opinion. Part of me wished it was just a bank heist movie. I mean, I love when they do that, or just go watch. I know people don't like this movie, but From Dusk Till Dawn 2, Texas Blood Money. It didn't have the budget of the first one, but I really liked that movie. Yeah, some of the effects look cheap, to be fair, but that was a movie about robbery, and then you find out it's a horror story, and I much rather enjoyed that film. For Robert Patrick, for Bo Hopkins, for some of the other aspects of it, some of the direction, camera angles, got more of a fun movie. And like I said, it's sad because, like I said, Francesca Eastwood is doing a pretty good job. Like, there's a bit she's talking to a hostage, and she's like, well, that's the thing. I'm a hostage. I'm a hostage just like you. And you see like a tear going down, meaning she was forced to do this when she didn't want to do it, but she had to do it because her sister wanted her to, and their brother was in trouble. But then the third act is when it kind of peters out, sadly. Because the first two-thirds, I'm like, okay, this is actually pretty decent. Like, this isn't that bad. And then, again, you get lame jump scares, loud music. The brother finds this ghoulish lady. Francesca up top is dealing with the cops who are shooting at them, and then was it Clifton Collins Jr.? I know the first guy's name's Clifton. He's a police officer. I've seen him in other stuff. He does seem recognizable. I think he was in 187, among other films, which was a Sam Jackson movie. Long story short, on the ending, pretty much what happens is the the brother tells the white trash sister, get in this tunnel and leave. He's burning the place up. And it seems like we should see a lot more of this brother, like, burning these things, or trying to burn these things, or why he thinks fire even works. Because just all of a sudden he's burning stuff. Like, how do you even know that even does anything? What led up to that? I just assuming. And Francesca's chased and almost closed in on the door, but the brother opens the door and gets her out, tells her to go, he's going to stay behind. Now, granted, I'm sitting there going, well, how you know this shit's going to work? And there's no other way to do this and escape as well, but he does it anyway. The two sisters escape. The hostages are being asked about what happened. They don't know exactly what happened. There's this one guy that told about the vault, and the girl points to a picture of James Franco, and the detective goes, what are you talking about? That guy died in 1982. So James Franco was a ghost. Now, that does leave a lot of questions unanswered as well. That's why I did in the third act. The third act hurt this film a lot, because there should have been a lot more of our lead characters battling these things, dealing with these things, whether, again, the fire or how you want to do it. Well, I know, how do you fight a ghost? I know, but I mean, there's been other movies that have done that. James Franco, he's a ghost, but why is that he's not a ghoulish ghost? Okay, he didn't die from being burned, he didn't die from with a bag over his head, but he still got killed and shot in the back of the head. So why is he... Why is he this ghost that is not ghoulish? And I don't think he's a villain, but when he sees bank robbers and, a bank robber killed him, he's like, well, you go to the vault. But he didn't really give off this villainous vibe that he's manipulative and working with them, but at the same time, I guess he is, but he's not. Also, why do none of these ghosts try to kill the hostages? You say, well, the hostages are innocent. Well, the bad guy is there with the white mask. He's not innocent. He murdered a lot of people. So when he murdered the hostages as well, why are none of them going up top? Why can they not go up top? Why can they not try to kill the hostages? Like, apparently they're... It's one thing if they're trapped in the vault, in this vault thing, because some, ghost magic, whatever the fuck, they can't get out of the vault, and when it's open, now they can go anywhere in the bank. But no, they're only stuck under in that basement level. Unless you take their money, and then they'll follow you. Because after that, that's how it ends. The one sister tells the other that their brother died, they got the money, Francesca is in the car, her sister's with the hood, closes it, the white mask grabs her, Francesca yells out for her sister, the end. So I guess to assume that it kills the sister. I don't know if it kills the other as well. We don't know. It's a cheap, lame, jump scare ending. Unsatisfying, lukewarm. If that's why I get so low rating, I understand. The more I think about it, I understand that. So I take back what I said. I get the 4.8. I'm just saying, before, as I'm watching, I'm going, why is this a 4.8? With that ending and that third act, I think that is really why that was the case. And I understand it fully. I truly do, with that ending put into the equation. Because again, James Franco, some will see that coming. It's not like the most unpredictable thing that James Franco is a ghost. Idea, why is he not ghoulish like the others? I guess the way they make it is like he was killed up top, so his ghost stays there. The others were killed maybe down below, so they stay there, I guess. That's why. That's why I have to say I guess. I guess ghosts will follow the money as well. Whatever. I guess they didn't kill the hostages because they'd only be in the basement. But I don't fucking. It's like all these fucking rules, invisible rules with this movie. Honestly, it's not that scary. It's not that suspenseful. It feels like there's a little bit of horror in the first half of the film. When it should be ramping up, it really doesn't feel that way. And like I said, the guy with the white mask, it just isn't that scary. Just a pretty lame ending. It's too bad, you know. I think there's potential with some decent actors and find enough setup. Even find enough, plot on his basis, but not a fulfilling execution, which is too bad. So it's not a rant, but I don't know what else to say. I don't know how to finish that sentence. I would never see the film again. But Francesca Eastwood, I'd be curious what else she's done. So sad. It's a waste of her. The waste of James Franco. Like I said, good first half, decent first half at least, and it just third acting petered out. So yeah, this is too bad. But overall, thanks for watching. Take care. We'll see you guys later. Bye bye.